Do your best Suburba pod race.
Oh, that's more like it. Do you think George Lucas did all those sound effects?
Yeah. He just sits in the booth going... More racist, George.
Yeah.
Should I do my most racist voice to open this?
Yeah.
You're allowed to be racist to Italian Americans, right?
Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, it's me. What? That's just New Yorker now. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
There's no distinction. Hey, I'm walking here.
Yeah. Well, I'll get into that a little bit more shortly. But good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot the number too. It just says bro.
Number.
What's that thing again?
Hashtag?
Hashtag? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. Hash. The hash key.
Or it's
It's just bro hash.
noughts and crosses. Or tic-tac-toe. That's a terrible name for noughts and crosses.
I call it circles and lines.
Well, double lines.
Circles and double lines on other lines.
But tic-tac-toe implies there's like a third thing going on.
Also implies there's a toe involved somehow. Where's there a toe?
True. Where's their attack?
Well, I'll tell you what there is. That's me, Alex, joined by Jim. Alex. I mean Jim.
Hello, I am Jim. Alex.
Yeah. I'm a little bit frazzled today. I don't know why, bro. Maybe I'm just scared for the Americans.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not even American and I'm frightened for them. But before we get too deep into the show, let me shout out those Jar Media patrons over at the Patreon that make the audio version of the show possible. They get that raw, totally unfiltered MP3 up there.
Last episode I went raw. And it sounded so fire. I'm going to be honest.
You're joking, but you did go a little bit raw last episode.
Yeah, I did.
I had to take that bit out, but I put it on the Patreon. It's only on the Patreon. It's not even on YouTube.
Which?
You had a Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's not all that's over on the Patreon. We've been doing the weekly Jar After Hours series. Last week we did the Shadow of the Erd Tree review discussion. That's up on the Patreon.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to today's one as well.
Yeah, we'll do a music related one, I think, this time.
Mm-hmm.
So check that out over on the Patreon. But that's not all. As if that wasn't enough, there's also the Jar Media group chat over there. An ongoing chat. Well, you know what a group chat is. If you're listening to a podcast, you probably know what a group chat is. Although, maybe they don't.
Some people are fresh into this world.
Yeah, so you can go on that group chat, join the conversation, give us suggestions for episodes, which we'll get to shortly in the housekeeping thing, unless you have something to say right now, right here, right now.
I was just gonna say, like, it's like just such a good deal. Like it's just like an unmatched deal. It's the best deal.
You think My Pillows are a good deal? This is the deal. Deal or no deal?
My Pillows.
You don't know about the My Pillow guy?
No.
Well, Fox News. You ever seen the Pillow guy?
Oh, I think I might have seen the Pillow guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were some good deals, to be fair.
There were some good My Pillow deals. That makes it sound like a sponsorship. It's not, obviously.
We have no
the My Pillow guy doesn't
with the My Pillow guy.
Yeah. But I guess speaking of, @Reg says, can you upload the 2016 election predictions blab? I guess we did that.
Oh,
I can't remember if we didn't upload it or something. Or is that when we did upload?
I remember what I said.
Did you make an incorrect prediction?
Huh?
Did you make an incorrect prediction?
See, this makes me not even want to talk about what's coming up because I'm scared.
You're scared?
Back then I was like, there's just no way. There's no way.
Uh-huh.
It cannot happen.
Fast forward to nearly 10 years later and we're in the same position again. Well, not us.
And
Americans are.
But now I know that it can happen. And it might.
Yeah. Polls are scary, bro. We're recording this on the 30th of October for the record, so pre-Halloween even. But this is going up, I guess, the day of the American election, right? November 4th. It's like 4th or 5th, I can't remember. It's not our business, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, who cares, really?
Who cares, except the whole world.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's either their choice seems to be prosperity forever or chaos, death and destruction.
And you, as the audience member, pick which one that is, because
yeah, just like I'm on whatever side you want.
Whatever you hear, whatever you like the sound of is
yeah.
the side that
We're going to speak about this topic in a way where, you know, we're tight roping.
Yeah.
You know?
I've been watching Veep lately, which is obviously prescient.
Yeah.
There's this character that shows up partway through, and that's like their whole shtick. Whenever they're in the room, is like they just never take a take.
Mm-hmm.
They're always like completely middling, and they're like, well, if you look at it this way, it's that thing. If you look at it that way, well, who knows? Like,
yeah. And I used to be that way.
Like,
not that long ago, I was like, let's all just like, I was like that guy, the NPC guy who got a watch off Joe Rogan. What's his name? Lex Friedman.
Oh, dude, him, yeah.
Yeah, beep that. I was like that guy, the NPC guy who's always wearing a suit. And it's like, yo, we don't have to be passionate about anything.
Yeah. So can't we just be nice to each other, everybody?
Yeah.
Why don't we just have a conversation?
Yeah, because
his style of interview makes me want to tear my hair out.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of answers as to why not.
Yes. Know? We're kind of skirting on the edge here, but I want to throw out, if we put a pin in that for just a moment.
Yeah.
Return to that after I read this one from Uphuffin9545. Can't recommend Tarnished Archaeologist highly enough for Elden Ring lore. Easily the best in the business. Are you familiar with this one? Would you recommend them?
I was reading the comments and because I can't remember if I said in the episode or if I just meant to say it while I was just going on this like impossible to follow rant about the lore of Elden Ring. But there's so many creators, and I'm still blanking now, but like I see them when they're in my feed. It's like, that's going in the watch later. I'm gonna watch that in the bath. I'm gonna sit in the bath for an hour and a half listening to that later.
That's a nice little rhyme. Sitting in the bath for an hour and a half.
Hey.
There was I want to say controversial, but it wasn't controversial. There was a rhyming controversy on the last Sardonicast, right? I said the gore in Saw, and then I was like, oh, that rhymes. But then Adam was like, actually,
only in our accent.
Only for Brits. Mm-hmm. So how did America
gore
in Saw?
Gore in Saw.
That's right. Yeah.
Gore in Saw.
Gore in Saw.
Gore in Saw.
Yeah. Just another reason why we're superior.
Yep, we can rhyme gore with saw.
Charlie Borbman, 2005, says, finding out aliens built the pyramids would change things.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Is that a real comment? Or are you just saying that?
That was a comment. Look,
okay.
I didn't even fake this one.
Yeah, because I remember us talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it would. But they didn't. So it doesn't.
Yeah. Seafood says, I'm hereby petitioning Alex to play Armored Core 6. It's directly inspired by Dune. It's got one of the best stories and characters of last year. It's got extremely good gameplay and build making. It's amazing, please. Perhaps.
Dude, it's fire. It's really good. It's the Fires of Rubicon.
What is it? I think of that drink whenever I hear the name. Rubicon. Isn't that a drink? It's like an
it sets a fire in my soul. Delicious.
A delicious fruity passion fruit zing.
Yeah.
Okay.
A tropical punch in the mouth.
Yeah, it's kind of winning me over, so...
No, genuinely, it rocks. It's a really good-ass game.
I need to add it to my wish list.
It feels like an old-school thing with the storytelling and everything. It's kind of like Codec cool style. Really cool.
Okay.
And engaging. Yeah. Fire.
Old Man Diabetes says, I found myself agreeing with Jim more and more nowadays. If Jim is wrong, then I must also be wrong. And that makes me angry. I need constant validation or my life isn't worth living. Sorry to hear that.
But is this going back to the Kung Fu Panda thing?
I don't know. I purposefully wasn't going to bring that up, but seeing as you have, let's just argue about that for a bit.
Yeah, we don't... I made my point with Kung Fu Panda.
Uh-huh.
You know, like, if you identify with my opinion on Kung Fu Panda, great. If you
You're
don't...
wrong, but sure.
You can't say that.
Huh? I love Kung Fu Panda.
That's what I'm saying. My opinion is different to yours.
Which is not
Like-
okay.
That's exactly my point. Yeah.
Couple more here. Definitely not Micah says, it was interesting hearing A and J talk about online conspiracies. Honestly, I don't think the point is to actually believe any of these crazy ideas. It seems more about forming an identity around a certain belief or opinion, then virtue signaling that to the people around you. They form communities around believing in conspiracies regardless of if they believe it's true or not, and cast off anyone else who doesn't choose to engage as deep state actors or whatever. It's never about what the facts and truth are, it's about forming an in-group and getting the most attention so they can dictate what the truth is recorded and broadcasted as. Ponderings? Well, that was an interesting perspective. Well, I'm sure that is some of it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's
like a human behavior, right? So you've got to find your group and you form a thing around a group, even if the thing you've built the group around is dumb.
yeah, but I think people do believe it.
I think, yeah.
There's
I think
too
you'd be
many...
surprised the like percentage if it was somehow measurable, like of people who actually believe some of these things.
But when you see people like making arguments for flat Earth,
yeah,
you know, like some people surely are doing it for the shits and giggles, or just asking stupid questions. Other people are genuinely convinced, and cannot be unconvinced.
And then it's that Alex Jones problem, right? Where it's like, maybe you knew you were a character and you're self-aware of that at some point, but once you've been playing the character for decades, you're like, oh, the lines of blurred to the point where I just am.
Yeah, yeah. That's the problem with like method actors.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you do that long enough, at some point you're going to be Jared Leto, Joker, condom, fucking barraging people.
The one that gets me is just picturing him on set for Blade Runner 2049, because his character's blind.
He's like walking into tables.
Like 6 people like guiding him across this elaborate set with these sharp corners and dangers.
Did he wear like blind contact lenses?
Yes.
Ugh.
But it's like Jeremy Strong. I'm not sure if you've seen him in anything. He's the main character in Succession, and he was recently in the Trump movie The Apprentice. He's quite infamous for method acting, but I think his results are amazing. He's actually incredible.
Yeah, it's like
to
Daniel
watch.
Day-Lewis, but I feel like all those people should be banned from getting Oscars.
Yeah. Well, like, you should be allowed to, like, the actors who aren't doing method should be allowed to like slap them or something.
Yeah, just go ravage.
Yeah,
slap.
Because like Brian Cox would like, he's like quite open about like, yeah, we don't really do that in the UK, and he was like pissed off by it and just like, what?
Wait, who was Brian Cox?
Brian Cox. He's like the dad in Succession. He's like the Rupert Murdoch type character.
Brian Cox is a scientist, isn't he?
They share the same name. Yeah.
Huh?
I found this good clip. I don't know if I'll be able to find it now, but it was around the time Succession was ending and the last season was out. It was Brian Cox. An ad came up.
Which one?
I was on the Jar Reddit, I think. And an embedded ad came up, and it was him going, "Hello, Reddit."
Hey, Reddit.
It was weird, man. And I screen recorded it. It was so strange. But seeing as we've kind of organically come back to this point anyway, Slam Dunk Cosmos from the Jar Media group chat said this: the racist Puerto Rico joke at Madison Square Garden being so unfunny, even pissed off Republicans. Thoughts? And I guess we can sort of...
This was the VP, right?
I thought it was the Kill Tony guy. At the Trump rally. He made the joke. about Puerto Rico garbage
Oh,
island.
did he?
Yeah. Do you not see
Wait,
that?
he was
clipping?
at a Trump rally.
He opened a Trump rally. Yeah, that was the controversy, right?
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Uh huh.
See, I got the information from someone else, so it was like
Trickle
they
down.
had watched it and they didn't know who this they didn't know Kill Tony.
Yeah. I know people don't like, I guess, when we talk about politics, but come on, give us this one. It's like the...
It's today.
It's today. It's one of the biggest political events. Like, this one feels big, man. This is... I'm scared for you Yanks, man. I'm scared for you guys.
Why are you scared?
Because January 6th was nuts.
Yeah. I can't believe he got a pass for that.
When that was happening, I was watching like a live stream of it, like the live coverage, and was like, "This is just wild, man." Because I just mentioned I've been watching Veep, which is obviously like a satirical, it's written and created by the same fella as In the Loop and Thick of It, set in the same universe even.
Oh wow!
And like it's biting, it's funny, it's clever, but like it's like nothing compared to the reality of now. It's like so absurd, and this sickening entertainment I get from it. There's like a darkness to that, as like a sitting on the sidelines with no skin in the game, but also like, but also it does feel like there is some kind of skin.
Everyone has skin in the game.
Everyone's affected by the state of America.
Yeah, gotcha.
You know.
Yeah,
And America's a bit of a state right now.
I can't believe we're here again. And last time, as I was saying, last time we were here, I was like I wouldn't vote for Trump, but you know what people have been saying about him, it's like kind of extreme. You know, it's like they kind of took it too far. You know,
for which the 2016 time? Are you saying?
Yeah,
right?
2016, but pre-Trump being
before
president.
him being a president, right?
And I was like, he's getting a lot of hate when, like, I feel like because they're demonizing him so much, it might work in his favor.
Yeah.
And calling him a fascist and stuff, it's a bit far. And then Charlottesville, January 6th, everything else.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
I was proven so wrong that I wouldn't call myself radicalized, but I am more radical.
So like
now.
It seemed like 2016 was heightened. This is like even more heightened than that, it feels.
Yeah,
as far
yeah.
as like the fervor, the insanity, the talking points are just like, it was crazy in our country for the election we had this year. It was nuts. But it's just on a whole nother level over there.
But the information is so jumbled.
Uh-huh. And bro, I need to show you something, right? Someone posted this on the Jar subreddit, like, saying you have to show Jim this. And I might have to take out the exact clip once I start playing it, because it has a song in it that might be copyrighted, but I'll put it on the Patreon otherwise. But this is relevant. Do you know what a PAC is? PAC?
No.
It's I noted it down so I wouldn't forget. A political action committee, which is basically like a way of fundraising money for political parties or whatever. And I mention that because the owner of X, Musk, created a super PAC to support Donald Trump, and it's under the account @America on X, and they posted this video that I'm about to show you, with the caption, this election will determine the fate of America and Western civilization. And let me just show you this video, because I couldn't quite believe it. Like, this is real, this is endorsed, there's millions and millions, probably tens of millions of dollars pumped into this shit. Yeah.
What? Who? What's that on?
X.
And who posted it? Who?
It's under that account at America.
What's at America? The PAC.
This.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. PAC founded by Elon Musk to support candidates who champion secure borders, sensible spending, safe cities, fair justice system, free speech, and self-protection. I think, man, we have a media problem, man. And they always talk about that, don't they? That's one of their talking points. But it's like, you are the...
Yeah,
like
you did it. You're doing it.
Like,
you're doing it worse than anyone. They're one example of the laptop story being
Hunter
stuffed
Biden.
down. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Which they're convinced would have swung like a quarter of all voters to the right.
Yeah, as soon as like they were just obsessing over his dick, like show me more Hunter dick. Yeah,
It's cracked out cock.
yeah.
Yeah, it's genuinely
I
horrifying.
don't get it. It's such like an insane double standard.
But do you think that's worked on anyone?
Yes,
Do you think it's manosphere coded?
yes. That's what
Do you
like
think they know
Trump's
that?
whole thing is that, right? That's why like in that debate with Kamala, he got so upset by the whole your crowd size is small. And then he like went off the rails after that because it's like, no, my crowd size is awesome and giant.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like, oh my god, how sensitive are you?
Yeah, it's a shame they've only had one debate.
Yeah, well, of course, the big one the other day was Trump going on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, which I listened to the entirety of.
I can't remember if I listened to the whole thing. I listened to a bit of it, a couple hours of it. It was a long conversation.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
It's
But I think it's kind of an optics win for him.
yeah.
Like, if you look at the comments and stuff, it's just like, finally, a politician being honest and real.
Yeah. And Joe Rogan is a massive. He's total pushover. I mean, like he's been warped.
That part about the January 6th was funny though, where he like kind of accidentally gets Trump to.
Well, he keeps
admit
trying
that-
to bring Trump to the 2020 election
Yeah.
and to go into it more, and Trump's just like, oh, it was horrible. They faked it, and he's like, how did they fake it? And he's like, there's so many things. They faked it in so many ways.
Yeah.
And then they
Like
just
what?
move on, and it's like, you had him. You know, he's a fucking liar. And then, like you say, all the comments are like, finally, someone, a politician telling the truth. What the hell? It's like all he did was lie for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Did you get to the part where he tells the story about the plane landing?
Remind me. I was playing Elden Ring at the same time. So.
When he went to visit ISIS or whatever, to sort this deal, to get out of Afghanistan, he was talking about how the plane landed in like the dead of night in this Saudi airport. There were no lights anywhere. There were no lights on in the plane. And I'm not saying that's a lie necessarily, but it must have been half an hour of the podcast where he's just talking about how hot the pilots were.
No, I do remember that.
They're perfect specimens.
That's right. He's
They're
obsessed with
perfect.
calling people perfect specimens.
Yeah, and that sounds like some Hitler shit. I'm sorry, like to make the comparison, but like, don't call people perfect specimens.
He's the one that said
They're the Ubermensch.
Yeah, he said that to his staff, right? That he wants it to look like
a bunch of perfect specimens. That's weird.
And that, yeah, but it's just the general level of decorum as far as like he's calling his political opponents and old people he's worked with. He's like, oh, he's a stupid son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Stuff like this. He's trying to like bro up with Joe, I guess.
Yeah, and Joe's just eating it up and like giggling and stuff.
Yeah, and Trump, to win him over, like brings every single story to like fighting and MMA to like play to the audience.
Really
I
like
guess.
manipulative.
And
when
then,
he's like, I know you, Joe. I know you about as well as your wife just from listening to you. It's like
he's always talking about like ratings as well. Like, yeah, this kind of stuff.
yeah, the dude is. He's creepy to me. You know that.
Yeah.
That kind of greased up like he's always working
Yeah.
the person he's talking to.
They're like, I don't know. He's just like Jabba the Hutt or something, you know?
Yeah.
Boosy, doosey, boosey. That's
Yeah.
all I was hearing, man. For that whole thing. And then Trump, Rogan's like, hey, I want Kamala to come on as well.
Mm-hmm.
He was tweeting about it, and she declined because she could only do like an hour if Joe flew to her. And he's like, nah, you got to come to me, and we got to do a 3-hour thing, even though it's like at the time of recording a week from election, so she needs to be in the swing states. Just kind of an absurd. I don't know. I just feel like it would be a lose-lose for her anyway. Like, it would just be talking about like conspiracy theories and BLM or whatever. It would just be a nightmare.
Yeah. And Joe is clearly biased. Like the questions he was asking Trump.
I don't know if he like. Does he still kind of say he's like a classical liberal thing? Like
he wasn't even that right wing back in the day. He was a full on like left wing liberal.
Yeah, I don't know what like changed.
Do you remember when he said he had Bernie on and he was like,
That's
yeah,
right.
I'll vote for you. He aligned with Bernie and now he's aligning with Trump. It's like, how did that happen?
We brought it up. I guess it all feeds into this thing of like, we were talking about the conspiracies last episode. Just something breaking in people around that 2020 time.
Well, I see it
snapped.
as more of, because he's always going on about the corrupt nature of the left wing of the Democrats in America, and he has a political platform, whether he likes it or not, right? Whether he just wants to have conversations or not. Like maybe if he actually read comments and stuff and what people think about him, then he'd understand more. But
it's classic audience capture,
and what I don't think he doesn't realize that corruption isn't always like overt. I think him being friends with Elon Musk,
you can be a useful idiot,
yeah, but not even like Elon Musk might not look at it as if he's using Joe, but purely from Elon Musk's alignment with Trump, which already is corrupt. He might not see it as, I've bought this huge platform and I'm using it as a mouthpiece for this politician. But that is how he's using it, and it's the same for Joe. And he's probably more likely going to agree with people he's friends with.
Yeah. And just think about the list of people he's signal boosted over the years. Sure, you do have Bernie, but that's like who else like that is yet? It's mostly like your Shapiro's, your Matt Walsh's, your Crowder was on there. Musk has been on it a bunch of times.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like he's obviously friends with these people, and it's why his stand-up fucking sucks as well. Like,
and his friend, he basically created the Kill Tony dude as well. And that whole like comedy scene in Austin.
Yeah, so I guess all of those comedians kind of have to be right-wing.
I guess.
Because like you can't get on Joe's bad side.
They're in such this like siloed off circle jerk thing, I guess. So every now and again it will go out of that circle, like at the opening of Trump rally.
Well, I mean, that's great.
People see it for what it is, I guess.
Is he in support of Trump then?
He must be. Why else would you open a rally?
I find it so strange that because Joe Rogan has said this. I remember Dave Rubin saying it as well. Like the new artists and like the punk rock style, they're all right wing now because that's the new dynamic. And it's like, no, you are. And Joe's always talking about these boomer Democrats that like it's like, what age range do you think is mostly voting right or left? Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
It just screams you're so out of touch. Like it punk rock and conservatism like literally cannot be in alignment.
This is the man who has hundreds of millions or tens of millions that Spotify pay him. I can't remember, but he's
It's
so
hundreds
obscene.
of millions.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
It's a level of wealth no one can understand, and that in and of itself will other you and make it, you know.
Yeah. So I it's just so obvious with him how biased he is. I saw a clip just today where he's like, "Have you seen the list of the donators to each party?" And like all the big ones are with the Democrat Party, like your Googles and Apple and Microsoft and stuff. And the fucking legend himself, Jamie, fact checks it, and he's like, the 6 out of the 7 highest donators are all right wing.
Yeah,
they're all paying the Republicans. And then he's like, "Oh, it's probably just a tax write-off or something, isn't it?" It's like, so 1 second it's an evil corporation aligning themselves against the human race, but when it's your side, they're just guys being dudes.
Yeah, and you say like it seems obvious, and it does to us, I guess, and even like broader with things like, you know, when we were in Vegas earlier in the year talking to people from the state of Nevada, talking about how, everyone there was just raised on Fox News. Like, it's just what people watch. It's owned by a billionaire, Murdoch, who single-handedly has done so much damage to the world. It's actually unfathomable. And
I genuinely have no idea.
It's so crazy to me that we're at this point with like the media and like and now just add in like Musk into the pile, and it's just crazy where it's coming from and like just the lies.
Yeah, I think the bad path we set ourselves on was information as entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because then the information has to be entertaining.
Yeah,
it's the way to make it entertaining is to like angle it, you know, warp it into this thing so there's like a meaning in the information. Where like,
I think it all stems from like, you know, fiduciary responsibility. Numbers have to go up. You're going to sell more papers. Murdoch's going to sell more papers in the 70s and 80s or whatever. When it's something that makes you mad, something that pisses you off, you're way more likely to engage with it.
And it works the exact same on social media.
Decades and decades and decades of that is bad enough on its own. Then in the early 2000s, inject the internet with all these different social media platforms that are built around the same philosophy. And then everyone is like, flat earth comes back. People are losing their damn minds.
Yeah, all the conspiracies.
It is crazy. And so why don't we end this segment with a prediction? I think Trump's gonna win. I'm not happy about it, but I think he might win. God, I hope I'm wrong, but I think he might win.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing.
Really?
I think he's gonna win.
Like the stuff you read about,
he's everywhere.
People equate. I keep saying her name wrong. Kamala. Yeah, it's not Kamala. Kamala. They the equation game. Like, God, it annoys me so much. God, it annoys me because she's a career politician. There's a certain dislikability to all politicians inherently, but to pretend that it's like the same thing is so wild to me. And just the stuff I'm seeing, reading, the arguments I'm hearing are just like so. I mean, best of luck to you guys, but
yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wrap my head around it.
It makes me feel actually insane.
Yeah, I was urged to write a comment today.
Really?
For the first time in years.
Just
on a YouTube short, reading some of the
brain rot on the But you don't even know if it's real. It could even like
That's
bots.
the thing. That's the thing.
That's
probably like the YouTube short I was looking at was probably uploaded by a bot with bots in the comments riling me up.
That's why I keep having that same feeling on X with like the urge to quote tweet the dumb shit I see, but then I remind myself it's probably a bot. Like you're just doing what they want. They're trying to piss you off. They're just trying to monetize their fucking tweets with your anger engagement. Don't do it. But man, it's hard.
Yeah.
You know?
It's crazy. And like you said at the start of this whole conversation, it's not, we don't even live there.
I know. But that, yeah.
And it like fills me with anxiety thinking about it. You know, even our election was like, it's either going to be shit or shitter. You know, like we're in a bad spot.
We're arguably in a worse spot than Americans. At least they've got millions of resources built into their country. Their GDP has recovered so much better than basically everywhere else post-COVID. Like
we're
their money is so much more valuable. Like to their, you know, their stuff is expensive. That it has gone up with inflation as it has everywhere. But in proportion to average yearly wages, you still have better spending power than you do here. That's why so many Brits are moving to Canada and America, because like you're for the same job.
Or anywhere in the Western Europe. We're about as bad as it gets. And like, it's like us in Greece.
Like, at least they got the sun, you know, and good food and stuff.
They got smiles.
Like something. Yeah.
You know? But there was less anxiety with our election. It's like, as much as I thought Rishi was a fucking weasel asshole, fucking let's take money away from the poor places to fund nice parks in the well-funded areas, because that's what needs to be done.
This train is too good of an idea. Let's just quickly sell off as much private land as possible. Before this. Yeah.
Let's just cash in while we fucking can.
Yeah.
So, but like, at least I know that he's not that level of just evil.
Yeah. I would say Boris kind of comes close. He's the closest thing to Trump.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think Boris, he's, so what you will about him, he has some kind of level of intelligence. For, you know, uses it for evil reasons. But
yeah.
But I genuinely think Trump is actually a dumbass. Like, I actually think he's dumb.
I think he's dumb and like domineering.
Yeah. He's an awful combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just he's like a strength build. Zero intelligence, you know?
Yeah.
Zero intelligence. I guess like 6 charisma.
And what's the luck stat?
I would say 10, like the fact that he even made it into the White House is kind of a 10.
I keep thinking about that handover of Obama, you know, that meeting that the presidents have where they have the conversation or whatever and they like, hand it off or whatever, just what that energy in that room would have been like. Can you even imagine?
Dude, can you imagine being Obama in that situation?
Yeah.
And
oh man,
in the space of 8 years, like, can you blame Obama partly for Trump?
It's not fair to put it on him, is it?
No, I mean part blame.
You mean with like the hope messaging and like
because
it's gonna change politics forever?
It flipped, man. Totally flipped. It's like Obama was like, let's do some good shit. Let's like everyone believe in this idea of America. Trump's like, this fucking place sucks. It's fucking
doing
shit.
that now. He just lies.
Yeah. It's like, but you've already been in. You clearly haven't had that much of an effect. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm waffling now.
Yeah, we'll see after these messages.
Just put that Trump ad. I hope that ad makes some people not vote for him. that were going to.
It's so fucking cringe.
Yeah, it's the cringiest shit I've ever seen. Why is it like what? Do you remember that thing where you could put the faces on like dancing?
Oh, Jib Jab.
Jib Jab, yeah.
Yes.
It's like a Jib Jab Trump.
I sent you that tweet yesterday of Elon at that rally.
Yeah, given the worst speech of all time.
He goes like, yeah,
woohoo!
Oh god, it's skin crawling.
Yeah.
I was like, I had to like get up and like writhe around because it was like, oh my god, this level of cringe is so strong. I actually don't know like where to put that feeling because it's so uncomfortable to me.
That's just his existence. God, I could talk for fucking hours about how much I hate that man. I hate him more than Trump.
Yeah.
I think he's a worse person. I shouldn't...
Really?
Yeah. He's Trump like times 10. It wouldn't surprise me if in fucking 4 years he runs next.
Right, yeah. He's not allowed, is he? He wasn't born in the US.
Maybe that's why he's creating so many candidates.
He's grooming his son to be the...
But if Trump gets in, changes the law, fuck the Constitution. Because Elon Musk has the same, like, cult. The cult following, you know? It's like no matter how much cringe shit that you're like, look at Trump steak.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever see Trump steak? It's like, that shit's lame and is shit and lost money. Like a lot of Donald Trump's business shit.
It's just a bad sign if your platform is just like cult of personality, full stop.
Yeah.
And that's like all that matters. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Hey Reddit. Yeah.
Welcome to the second half of the show where we head over to the suggestion read over on the subreddit and answer questions from the community, just like Miniature Rennie, who said this. New Tyler the Creator thoughts?
Oh, awesome. Yeah, awesome.
Rock on.
I've only listened through it all the way once.
Yeah. I've only heard 2 songs from it. But I'm not like the Tyler guy, so I don't really have a point of reference to even.
On my first listen, I got like a third half the way through.
The songs like flow into each other in an interesting way, don't they?
Yeah. But I was like, I'm not feeling this the same way. I'm not feeling as intensely like, oh shit, here we go, as I was with his previous album, Call Me If You Get Lost. Because I really feel that album came out at like the perfect time for me. Whereas this seems more like I can delve into it more so. Because I'm on my like second proper listen. And it's really interesting, and I feel like lyrically I don't really absorb stuff on a first listen. I don't really like...
I'd say it's almost impossible to like absorb an album on one listen.
Yeah, for sure. But some albums are more designed to just be like, oh, this is a bop.
Yeah.
Whereas some albums are more like, this requires your attention.
They reward you like the harder
you
you pay attention, the more you sort of analyze the lyrics and the different sounds and whatever. Yeah,
it's like when I listened to Good Kid, Mad City back in the day for the first time, I was like, you know, because I was just listening to it surface level. It's like, yes, it's got some bangers, other songs pretty boring. Whereas when I have now sat down and listened to it with intent and focusing on it, there's a lot to get out of it, which this album feels more like, you know. So I'm really liking it, and it sounds grungy and crunchy and cool.
Yeah, I like the production from what I heard. Lots of weird, unique sounds I was hearing.
Yeah,
in the background that guide you through.
I really like the first song. Tyler always has a knack for introing an album, getting you kind of hype,
grabbing you.
Yeah. And yeah, that the first song might be my favorite song on the album. Really cool.
Cool. Mr. of Kasmaga says, hey there, Jim. More Metal Gear Solid talk, please. Talk about how hot Ocelot is.
See which Ocelot?
Are you thinking of Metal Gear with all this US politics stuff?
Yeah, I mean the Metal Gear Solid 2 obviously comes to mind.
Why? Haven't played it, so.
The early...
Is that the one with the private military thing? And
No, early internet. Kojima called it, basically. The whole game is about, like, misinformation and just fake realities. Like, that's the meaning
wild.
of, like, the whole game. Yeah, he called that shit.
That was 90s, right?
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s?
Metal Gear Solid 1 was late 90s.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I could, like, Elden Ring lore dump the whole fucking MGS timeline, but I won't. I'm kind of excited for Metal Gear Solid 3 remake thing, but also I won't be, like, pre-ordering it. I'll definitely wait for reviews. It's Konami. And at the moment it kind of looks like a fake game.
Right.
If that makes sense.
What would be the best way for me to play Metal Gear Solid 2?
You can just get it on Steam now.
Oh, cool.
Steam
I'll add that
Steam
to my
Deck.
thingy as well.
Good Steam
Yeah,
Deck.
true, actually.
Yeah.
Probably look good on the deck.
Yeah. Yeah, I've bought the original 3 because they released them all on Steam Deck. And I just need to power through MGS 1 at some point. They're not, like, long-ass games. But I'd never experienced MGS 1 myself before. And the, like, old game is old as fuck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Whereas MGS 2, old game is old. But it's pretty easy.
Yeah, that predictive thing is quite interesting to me.
The Kojima predicting shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Reading the tea leaves kind of thing.
Yeah. You just have to also power through a bunch of fucking cringe.
Isn't that what people love about it? Because
that's exactly what I love about it. I love a lot of people complain because it's a Death Stranding complaint as well. Like, he'll hit the nail on the head and then, like, continue to hit the nail on the head until there is no nail. He obliterates the nail.
Yeah.
And, like, there's not really room for subtleties. He really drills shit in, which for me works with Death Stranding. With Metal Gear, it can be, like, just so damn dumb.
It's
but it's also super charming.
I feel like a lot of video games, like a lot of games that are praised for their writing, or when writing is talked about in games, there's sort of like it's not looked at the same way it might be in a film or
hell no.
or something. There's a lot more leeway, and it's often why, like, when I hear game reviewers talking about how great the writing in the new Dragon Age is or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like, I actually watch it for myself, and there's like a dissonance of, like, oh my god, it's like fucking sucks. Not to call out Kojima specifically, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, the thing with Kojima is that, like, I find it, if you're trying to make something realistic, say like COD Modern Warfare, the new one, you're trying to make something realistic and then characters are talking, but it's obviously a script. Like, you can't play along there, really. It's like, it's meant to have moments, whereas, like, Metal Gear is so obviously a script. It's so inhuman and robotic, but the actors are just putting their whole fucking pussy in it, like, really giving it their all. When, like, it would be Otacon crying for like 5 minutes, telling his life story. It's like, the shit, no human would talk like this. But because of the actors, because of how far from reality it is, I find it easier to buy into it.
There's a charm to it, yeah.
Yeah, because it's just total bullshit. You know, it's not based in reality. It's like people who have issues with the Mad Max films, the newer Mad Max films. Like, they're using so much petrol, but, like, they're running out of petrol. Like, what? It's like,
Actually, Gastown is nearby.
yeah. No, but
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But that's also just like a lot of stories will just, they might just not gel with you. Like that style, that vision might not be for you, and that's fine.
yeah. I do find it tricky picturing you finishing a Kojima game.
Really? I own Death Stranding.
Uh-huh.
So maybe I should start with that one and see how I fare. Because I remember watching an entire playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 3. Because I'd always heard that's like a fan favorite one, and I like the idea of like the setting and the string of bosses seemed interesting to me. But then like these cutscenes with is it Ocelot with the two guns and the angles they're doing, and like is he making like an animal noise, or like he's doing something? yeah that. Yeah. I don't know if it's really my vibe. I don't know.
It's anime vibe. You know, if you could buy characters doing that in an anime, you just have to look at it through anime lens. Do you know what I mean? Like,
right. There's a lot of anime tropes that piss me off there. So
yeah, but I'm not an avid anime watcher. I've watched like 2. I wouldn't call it anime tropey. It's just that you need that same treatment. You know when a character's like talking but they're just kind of monologuing. Just saying things basically directly at the audience.
Yeah.
It's like something you just kind of buy into.
Yeah, I wouldn't write it off yet without trying one.
No, give it a shot.
As I say, I do own Death Stranding, so...
Yeah, and the writing may, like, suck. The stories are good.
And honestly, the thing that, like, is alluring to me about Death Stranding is, like, actually adding mechanics to a walking simulator. We're actually making a game out of that.
Well, yeah, and, like, making a game out of the traversal of an open world. Really cool idea.
Yeah, it's kind of more mechanically interesting, but Poe the Panda's very epic has this to say. The cinema by the Dream Lounge recently shut its doors and closed down. R.I.P. to that Cineworld. Now that that's no longer there, what would you guys replace it with in order to keep the spirit of Swindon alive? Which I can mention.
The Nightmare Lounge.
We forgot to mention we were in Swindon, it was a few weeks ago now.
God, yeah.
And we were in the main high street, the centre of Blighttown, you know, the heart, you know, where the poison...
Yeah, the swamp.
The swamp. And we stumbled into the Backrooms just straight up.
Yeah.
It was crazy. We're like walking around, we got like a coffee. And it was like that old... It's kind of like a mini mall, I guess you'd describe it as. It's all like inside. Like,
there's multiple sections to it, this mall.
There's 2 main entrances, right? Or something?
Yeah, but I don't know if they link.
It looked closed off. And you walked towards the doors and they're automatic and they opened. We're like, are you allowed in there? And we just walked in. And I got video of this.
Yeah.
It was creepy. There's like this music playing, but every single shop is just empty. Or boarded up.
Yeah. It's genuinely frightening.
It was creepy as hell.
Yeah, because a lady came out, like, walking from the other direction towards us.
Yeah.
And when I saw her, I was like, is she going to, like, shed her skin and turn into, like, a creature?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah. And they've got these, like, escalators that are powered down. It's like, use these at your own risk.
Yeah.
And, like, big signs.
Yeah, and it's like, only go up the one that would normally go up. And it's like, well, I don't know which one goes up because they're not moving.
It was really, really weird.
Yeah.
And kind of hit home how, like... If you're not one of the main, like, hubs, like a Bristol or a Bath or a London or whatever, you've been decimated.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
You're DONE fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that long ago that place was bussing.
Straight up. It was full and...
Yeah, people everywhere, shops overflowing with stock. You know, people buying stuff.
Yeah, I suppose it's partially Jeff Bezos' fault, but you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking forward to when it turns into one of the like mega towers from Cyberpunk.
Yeah, because that's what I guess it will become. It's probably.
Yeah, just turn each shop into like a house. They can make money off that as well. Like you can pay to make the glass see through, and then you just see people like living in their house.
Playing COD, playing Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Playing Metal Gear Solid 2. A couple more here before we wrap this one up. This I thought was crazy. The Ned Gen said, "Hello Jar, long time bear, first time bear here. You've talked about the fiendish UK driving theory test, but I was wondering if you were aware of the current nightmare situation that is booking the practical test. It's almost impossible to book a test in some places now, particularly in big cities such as London where I am. This is partially due to the backlog, but also because companies are buying up test slots and then selling them on the black market for inflated prices that range from about £60 to a few £100. I'm worried I'll never get my license, not because I'm a bad driver, but because I can't get a test without paying off a bloody dastardly devilish rogue." What is happening, bro?
What?
Yeah.
I mean, my driving instructor organised my test for me. Like, I didn't have to book it myself.
I didn't either, but I did a week-long intensive and we're in a town, you know.
Yeah, but that it is a thing. There's like since COVID, there's been this huge backlog. Yeah, that's abysmal. I would have thought after 2 years, nearly in year 3 since the end of lockdowns and stuff, that they would have been able to bounce back. But if
it's the selling stick.
Yes, selling it on the black market. How the hell does that even work?
It's like every single market is just that now. You know, you try and buy tickets for live music, and then it's just like a bunch of bots.
Bought them for the black market.
A bunch of bots just like buy it at a speed you can't compete with, and then they sell it secondhand.
Yeah, dude, these Russian bots be making bang.
Yeah, it's wild, but that also kind of sums up London as well.
Yeah. Just the
London tax
infrastructure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Soz, best of luck to you. Maybe like go on a little trip to a small town and book it out there. Get it done. Be easier too. The test is probably easier.
Just don't go Swindon way, man.
Although they probably could do with the cash. Okay. Oh, bloody. Let's end on this one from Solid212. Recommended YouTubers recently. Anyone's shout out? I've only got one who I'm obsessed with. I sent you a couple of his videos. He's like all over the internet. He's just like appeared in the last year. He's called like Daniel something. Let me get his exact name.
Oh, this guy. Yeah.
It's pretty out of pocket content. He's called Daniel Henschel, where he does these like extreme thumbnails and extreme titles.
Yeah.
With the joke often being that, but then this performance he whips out in these videos. I don't know how much he's preparing, how much is just off the cuff, but
talking
crazy,
about
he's the cocky one boing boing guy.
We were talking about method actors earlier, and he's
method. I think
he's 100% method.
There's a really funny video of him.
The
There's one I watched this morning. Cops like pull him over and get him out of his car because he's filming at the time. He's got like a shirt on that's stained him like fake blood, and he's holding a knife while screaming.
Jesus
and then he's got to like explain.
He's risking it all.
So absurd. Yeah. Yeah. He has this video. It's like a compilation of these unhinged TikToks he's been making. I think he's been like taken down or deleted because he was like playing this therapist character and he was like giving relationship advice, and it was like the most toxic, like evil stuff. And obviously the people who use TikTok are like dumb enough to actually like believe it. So I don't know, it just tickles my kind of trolly sensibilities. It's just taking it to an extreme I haven't quite seen before. You know, he's got all these characters. He's got a priest character. He's got the the teacher character.
I liked the drinking one.
Yeah, he's getting like abstract with it. He's got this like lore where he's got like a multiverse with this orb.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
And yeah, that was a really good one I sent you, where it's like, you are the beer.
And I'm an alcoholic relapsing.
Yeah. He's like screaming and it's like all muffled through the bubbles of the audio, and it's just a crazy extreme content. But yeah, you have anyone to shout out?
All the Elden Ring YouTubers.
Who in particular though?
The thing with YouTube is that I have amassed a list of channels I'm subscribed to so enormous, and I never get like given their videos. So you gotta like hit the bell on all of them and shit. But I don't want my phone fucking exploding from all the notifications. So like finding all of them, not an Elden Ring YouTuber, but just a retrospective video game essay guy I've been enjoying is Fuzzy Slippers.
What kind of style?
Just like super chill.
Long form?
Yeah, like an hour minimum, pretty much.
And
he's just really nice. He cracks little funny jokes, and yeah, I like his voice as well. Yeah, he's one of those ones that whenever he uploads, it's like, oh, stick that on. And it's I'm more like listening to it for the niceness more than I am the
substance.
Yeah, not that the substance is bad. Like I appreciate his opinions and stuff. Like he did a Mafia 3 one.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, loads of people were really disappointed with this, but I kind of liked it. And like he goes into why and stuff, and it's like it's fucking nice to not hear someone like just dog shitting all over it. Something, anything, because like obviously that gets the most views, but also in the same genre. I think his name is Monty Xander,
a gaming dude.
Yeah, let me double check.
Monty Xander.
It sounds like Auntie Zula.
I feel like a bunch of these channels have really bad names. That like are hard to remember.
Yeah.
And aren't very good branding. Not that
Monty Xander rocks though. He makes really good videos.
Let's go.
I think he might be Scottish as well, which is a rare demographic of YouTuber.
True, it's like mostly Australians, Brits, and Americans, I guess.
Yeah.
Those are the accents you tend to hear most.
Yeah. And just like Europeans. Like every other video will be a European, but you can never tell which European.
It's just all merged into one blob.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give those two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it, bro.
Boo.
Thanks for watching. Good luck, I guess.
Kuchiga. That's what the green one says.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Left my tea too long, got a ring round the top.
Ew. Is it true that tea stains your tummy?
Stains your teeth, right?
Does it stain your tummy?
Probably. But it ain't other things in there that's staining it. You know what I'm saying? Sound nasally today.
Huh?
Sound like a pig just born.
Sometimes I sound nasally, sometimes I sound chesty, sometimes I sound...
Just been born. Do you want to go first or second, bro?
I went first last time, I believe, so I'll go second this time.
Okay.
It makes it more of a challenge. You know, when you don't know what's coming.
Oh, you don't know what's coming with this. Should I do my YouTuber voice for it?
Yeah, I noticed, well, I didn't notice. I read a comment that pointed it out, and then I couldn't not notice it. But it was this video essay talking about a celebrity.
Uh-huh.
Right. It was Jim Carrey or something.
Yeah.
And the first comment was like, I can't listen to this because his inflections are so annoying.
Uh-huh.
Where he'd talk up and up.
Uh-huh.
And then always end the sentence on a down.
Yeah.
And he would do that for every sentence. Like up, up, down.
Yeah.
Up,
yeah.
down. And once you notice it, it's like, Jesus Christ, this is so droning and driving me insane.
There's a certain YouTuber, I won't name names, who does that. And it's like maddening. Every sentence is and it's, oh my god, it's so like
monotonous.
Yeah, it's like repetitive.
It's like a bad beat.
Bad beat.
It's like a bad beat.
Bad beat.
Baby
beat. Baby's on the beat.
Baby's on the beat, y'all.
Well, I guess this is the baby section of the patron section. We read your names, and I filter out the really bad ones.
Also, for next episode, can you change every name to baby?
Or really something that alludes to a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Something like this.
Baby on the beat, y'all.
So, this is the jar patron names for November 2024. Big shout out and thanks to Octagonal and my kitties are Dibby Crack Goblins, especially Dean. Wurzburg Jarling. Scrappy Snabbly Babbly Trabbly. AJ. Blood-starved Beast Rule 34. Wait, I said I was going to do my YouTuber voice. GVNGNDZ! Funnies of thine laid out fine in a line become good friends of mine as electric blue shine goes and... I can't do that anymore. And tingles my spine. Hoon Cuaflage. Hark, for I've seen it. James's dad getting that sweet victory royale with Cthulhu and his mother. Sloinky. Shithead Larry wants out. Ha ha ha, no no no. Brain perish scene 2. 5,000 dogs poo-yooping. Joseph Anderson video game analysis. Foof. Does this trolley take us to Charlie? The In Amber Chad. Creeple Bugs. Danny Dyer's chocolate homunculus, aka Jersey Jarling. Ulysses the heavyweight goot. Olivia McFartbum. Slit Bodmod. James Nungiani starring in Venom 3 in cinemas now. The other patrons I sub to are for femboy porn. Woki Dodrick. Kneebone is the name, Kneebone is the game. Nick, God help us. Mitchell, no. God, we will stay away from this one. The only Manx Charlie. Charlie, aka Randy Painter. Big Boreb, Gaza, Gareth, Guzzler. OG Sliderwin, Abe Coke. No Haj. Slip Plunge, 1999. Jesus. Chimera. And if you die before your Posdact drop, I hope... Everyone best friend, Derek the Bear. Magic Conch Shell, you mean like this? Lulu. Kaya, unfunny jar artist person. Effie loves Autumn, she's my fiancée now too. Lesbian alert. James Rosal. Autumn, who is also autistic, loves Effie. Beep that. Globonaut. Curse you, Beale, I hereby vow. You'll rule this day. Behold, a true Dibby warrior, and I, Argyle. Your fears made flesh. Fallout 76 is a better game than nothing, actually. Let's see that piss-a-dick dance, homeboy. Narborough the Human Cigarette. Kid Cannabis. Greetings, I am the Jarl of Swindon. Frisco. Chully. Sam Barlow. Thai boy goon, I'm fresh as fuck. Bands by the box. Yeah, I love them pesos. Jeff Bezos. Alex's favourite film, Megalopolis. What the skibbity sigma? Murdo Wallace. Pocket full of dibbies, got my trousers falling down. Pear bomb baby, Yoda baby, group baby, James's dad. Ignis Karamus. Patreon has changed. It's no longer about James or his dad. It's an endless series of Charlies. Quetzalcoatlus Northropy. Thank the lizard lords. Only Singaporean jarling. A moon-shaped poop. King Charles's big, hairy, moisture-laden, monster-sized finger up the butt show. Feet Margaret Thatcher. Goon man, goons in a bin. My name Jeff. I've never spoken to Gru, but I know he hates you. Big Wombo. James's crippling 2B Charlie addiction. Has anyone seen my dog Smackhead and Nasty Ninch? They were last seen at the Magic Roundabout with James's dad. Apples are nice. Seishin, Finn Arthurs. I call my girlfriend improbable female authority figure. Help, why did she call me a good boy? Chocolate fart. Scribble. Bonky. Splink. Levy. Charlie punching down Pearl Slug. Dr. Deluxo Shabangu, Oliver H. Jambai, and Jingle Minge. Your turn.
Epic. Did you do the blue one? You did do Jingle Minge.
Yeah, memorable one.
Yeah, I remember Jingle Minge. I won't forget Jingle Minge anytime soon. Right, hang on. Wait, right. A deep and dear thank you to Goonchi Goona. I love Bar Borbell, she is my queen. Hello Charlie Sucky Dum Dum. Neo T, resident Evangelion scholar. Dobby the House MILF. Zell. James's dad James's dadopolis. Joku. Time, we've all got time. Less than we thought though. Charlie. Venomized Rico Dave Bryan. Warp Stabilizer. Krill Muncher. Unwashed Reptile. Hayden. Manny Sanchez. Lagoon 22. Simsy. 0.6% Japanese jarling. I promise you 1,000-year goon sesh guided by compassion. Fapping and clapping it's happening, lapping up sap that have splat on the mat and the substance is masculine. Travis King. Several gay rats in a trench coat. Mila. Charlie bit my wanger, aka May Love Jared. The Trail Wee Banana. Grant Connor. Jack Price. Slimy Bill. Goon headshot. When the Jarcast drops, we're like goon headshot. Jarmenius Maximus. Sketch Screen. Avi Munt. Matt Edge, world's biggest Sebulba fan.
Yeah.
Finally, one of you. Callum J. Quick. Gebby of the Boreal Valley. Ganja Satellite. Ganja Satellite's cooler older brother. Tonio Swelt. Daniel Champion. Slurms Mackenzie, the original party worm, Wimmy Wham Wham Wazzle. Salad 506. From the gym to the James to the ARG to the jar. Where's my dibby? That's my bling. Always trouble when I hate everything.
The rhymes are off the charts.
Harriet Broadley. Tom Berenack. Gilbert the Awesome One. James is dad. Input Brick's public service announcement has ended. Just read the name Input Brick instead of reading all the words. Wait, the Swindish Embassy called. They're looking for the throat goat. So I sent them after James's dad. Let me... Recorder enthusiast. Walter C. This is an emergency distress call. Our skiff has crash landed into the Magic Roundabout, aka the only What the fuck is that? Elixni.
Oh, Elixni, that's a Destiny. That's a Destiny reference, yeah.
What's Elixni?
That's the Fallen, that's their, like, Sangheili equivalent name. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Sarpukar. The Emperor's BMs, those who flush against shall fall. Hashtag James's dad is the Emperor. Juicy Delicious. Thomas Martin. I was teaching grumpy 12-year-olds in summer school and I ripped a big fart in a silent room while solving for X. Biscuit. Dreamwaffle 2142. Protecting my menstrual cramps onto James's dad. Projecting, sorry, not protecting.
Right.
Acolyte. Irish wristwatch. Lily 960, the gay goth streamer. Pen Island X Double D. Danny G, suck my gourd. Edgy air wrecker. Milky piggy silky creamy donkey steam. What you expect to get for free shit from me. History. The key. Plucked it off the mayor. Chucked it in the old tar pit off La B. What's with all these like songs?
Yeah, I love it.
My girlfriend and I cannot stop getting irrationally horny every time we play Monster Hunter.
Good for you.
Burger. Adam Johnston. Charlie Milk is best Charlie. All praise Charlie. Ting Ting. Tingle Whim. Tam. Super Crunchers. Joel Stewart. Big Whoops. Gremblo. JBG. Cooter Panda. Lucy Ties and Asian Anal Queen. The Pooh Man. Thick Bottom James Bussy with Defer. And Katia fucking Manigan. Thank you dearly.
Thank you.